Welcome back. We are on a worksheet called 5.6, worksheet in class notes, and it's regarding parallel and perpendicular lines. So we've already seen that parallel lines have the same slope and perpendicular lines have, you got it, opposite reciprocal slopes. Now these last three are a little bit more spicy. Why? They're not necessarily in slope-intercept form. So our job will be to isolate the variable of y. So let's take a look at this first one. So let's see. I see this first equation. It is y equals negative x plus 3. That one is in slope-intercept form, so we are in luck. Our slope is -1. That one's not too bad. But that second one, I'm going to erase this, is not in slope-intercept. It's x plus y equals 3. Darn it. It is not in slope-intercept form, so we can't just grab the slope real quick. Our first job is going to be to isolate the variable of y. You're like, what the heck does that mean? That means get the y guy alone, so it can be in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is my slope and b is my y-intercept. And notice, Mr. Y guy, all alone. So our job, get that guy alone. So let's take a gander at this guy. Mr. Y guy, you need to stay. Mr. X guy, scram. So the way I move something to the other side of the equation, I drew a line so I can see the other side, is to take its opposite. So the opposite of a plus x is a minus, so those now cancel, which is nice. And y equals, write our x guy first, plus 3. So I can see that my slope is -1. Look at that. And what kind of lines are these? You got it, parallel, because we have the exact same slope. Let's look at the next one. Wowzers, neither one of those is in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to need to do some amazing math to get what I need. So the first equation is x plus y equals 6. I'm going to draw my line at the equal sign. This is not in slope-intercept form. It's actually in standard form, where x and y are on the same side and a plain number is on the other side. So I'm going to move Mr. X over. Oh, look at that. Y guy is alone. We have negative x plus 6. And if we identify our slope, it is the number in front of our x. So the first slope is -1. Nice. Now I'm going to erase that because I need to do the second one. So I have x minus y equals 12. Still in standard form, we need it in slope-intercept form because it's easier to grab that slope. So let's do that. Mr. X guy's got to go. We take his opposite to make that happen. We have negative y equals negative x plus 12. This is not in slope-intercept form. Do you see what's sitting there? Bingo. Y guy is not alone. His friend, Mr. -1, is super glued to the front of him. He's got to go. So the opposite of multiplying by -1 is dividing by -1. And whatever we do to one, we do it to the others, because that's what keeps an equation balanced, right? Igualmente, equal. So these cancel. So we have y equals a negative divided by a negative is a, right? Positive. A positive divided by a negative is a, good, negative. Now the slope here is an invisible 1. Ooh, wow. So we had one slope of -1 and one slope of +1. Are they going to be parallel? No. Parallel lines have the exact same slope. That means that they would both have to be a +1 or both have to be a -1. So this looks like it's going to be perpendicular, because if I put a 1 under each, one's plus, one's minus, and I grabbed and flipped it to make the other one. Last but not least, let's look at this guy. So I can see the first one is not written in slope-intercept form. I wrote it down incorrectly. We're going to move Mr. X guy over. I have negative y equals negative x plus 3. I have to divide everybody by -1. Remember, y guy, the y variable, needs to be isolated all by itself with an invisible +1 in the front. Negative and a negative make a positive. Positive and a negative make a negative. My slope on this one's going to be a +1. Nice. Let me try the second one and see what we get. I already have a guess about what I think is going to happen here. We have y plus x equals 4. I'm going to move this guy over. Standard form is not what I want. I want slope-intercept form. and I can see that my slope is a -1. These are not parallel. Parallel lines have the same slope, but perpendicular lines have opposite and reciprocal slope. So it's going to be perpendicular. I hope you did well on that. Let's flip this worksheet over. So if we look at the top, it says, write an equation in slope-intercept form that is parallel to the given line and passes through the given point. You're welcome to use a coordinate graph to help you. Let's see. I'm going to read that one more time for clarity. Let's see. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that is parallel to the line. Oh, okay, so here's the line that they gave me. And I am parallel to him. Can you remind me what parallel lines have? You're right, same slope. So I want to find the slope of that line because I'm going to be parallel to him. So if your slope is -5, my slope's going to be -5. So I now have the slope. And they've given me a point. Now we have a lot of experience when we're giving a slope and a point because we can use the point-slope formula. So let's write that down, which is on my wall. You don't have to memorize it. It's sitting right up there for your viewing pleasure. So this formula is called point-slope. And I'm looking at it right now on a poster on my wall. Point-slope is what we use when we have a point and a slope. And they gave us the slope not in the nicest way. We had to think about it, but we did do it. So the slope gets dropped right here. Our point is xy, the first point I see, technically the only point I see. You get dropped there, and you get dropped there. Our job is to write down the formula and fill it in with the important ingredients, just like you are following a recipe. So now we have y minus 1 equals -5, x minus 1. So I have two sides of math that I kind of need to take care of. I can tell that this side is distribution, which is just a fancy way of saying multiply. I'm going to multiply this -5 to this binomial. So -5 times x is -5x. -5 times -1 is +5 equals y minus 1. Now, if I go back to the directions, it does say create it in slope-intercept form. So that means the y needs to be isolated. Y guy, you need to be alone. That means -1, scram, get out of here. So we're going to add 1 to both sides. Ooh, look at us. Y guy is alone. We have -5x plus 6. Ta-da! We did it. So this is a line that is parallel to that line, and I can tell they are because they have the same slope. They have a different y-intercept, and we have this lovely point. I'd like you to try the next two on your own. It's the parallel one, so you can pause this video and give those two a little try, okay? So pause, give them a try. Did you pause it? Are you trying? Are you just gonna copy from me? That doesn't help. Try it on your own. Okay, welcome back. We are gonna do B. So it says that we are parallel to this line and we're going through this random point, okay? So if we're parallel to something, we know we have the same slope. So I am parallel to this line. I'm not this line. I'm his parallel friend. And parallel lines have the same slope. So the slope is a number in front of x. And then they've given me this beautiful point of -4,2. I'm gonna place it in the point slope formula and be good. I'm gonna identify my important ingredients. You go there, ooh, be careful. There's gonna be a double negative. There's already a negative in the formula and you're dropping in a number that is in fact negative. Ooh, be cautious. Ooh, and our slope is negative. Ooh, let's be careful with this guy. You see that double negative right there? I'm gonna use a different color marker so it'll stand out a little bit more. So now I have y minus 2, and then I'm gonna distribute. -½ times x is just -½ x. You're like, that's not too bad. I agree. Next, negative times a positive is a negative. Half of 4 is 2. Now I'm going to add 2 to both sides. Beautiful. And my final answer will be -1/2 x plus 0, or that's your final answer. You can write plus 0 if that makes you feel better about the world. Now these two lines are parallel to each other, but this new line goes through point -4, 2. Let's try this last one, and I'm going to end this video. Perpendicular will be a separate video. Let's try this last one. So we have a line that we're parallel to, because parallel friends have the same slope. And then we have this lovely point of -1, -2. We're going to drop it into our point slope formula. We're going to identify our lovely ingredients. Being very cautious about double negatives. Now that has a double negative, so does that one. So we're going to slow it down a little bit here. So y minus is the formula. But when I bring down the y, that's a -2. Bring the 2 over, x. There's already a negative in the formula, but I'm bringing another negative over. I'm going to use my different color so we can see it best. So this is y plus 2, and this is going to be 2x plus 1. So let's go ahead and distribute. Blink, blink. We have y plus 2 is 2x plus 2. We got to move this sucker over because we need to isolate the variable of y. We have 2x, plus 0 again. Now you're welcome to write plus 0, but you don't have to, it's up to you. Good job, you did it. A good way to practice this is to try these 3 questions on a separate piece of paper and watch this portion of the video again. Remember, you can re-watch any of these videos. Good job, I'm proud of you.